Welcome, friends, to the Confused Breakfast, the podcast where we hit pause on the chaos of today and rewind to a simpler time when it wasn't about convenience, it was about the experience. Remember the magic of a Friday night trip to the mall?
Yeah.
Wandering the aisles and making the big decision of what movie was coming home with you?
Yeah.
We're all part of the last generation that knows the joy of the search, the snap of the plastic clamshell, and we're here to revisit the movies that shaped us and defined our childhoods. My name is Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, one of them's going downriver, the other's going straight up. Sean Pryor and AJ Venz, how the heck are you?
Oh.
Who is that guy? Is he somebody or is he a nobody?
I don't know.
He's got a face.
He's got a face, and it seems like that face has never aged. Like, I feel like I've seen that face.
He was in Happy Gilmore too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was just there, and he also made the same face. Oh, and then ran off screen. You got any? Anybody?
Fuck.
You guys got any cigarettes?
No.
Anybody got any cigarettes?
No, man.
No. Okay.
Well, boys, it's not spooky season, but it is officially summer of 70s.
Yeah.
And Sean just loves watching AJ squirm. So today's episode is a full review of one of the arguably the greatest zombie films ever made. This movie taught the majority of us what zombies act like and inspired a generation to dream about holding up in a shopping mall during the zombie apocalypse. The sequel to George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead with a body count of just under 100. We're, of course, talking about 1978's Dawn of the Dead.
Well, damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with the Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Well, if you are new to the podcast, we are going to be reviewing Dawn of the Dead from 1978 with a modern eye, but we like to talk about it with nostalgia to start the episode. So we got to go with Sean. Sean, first time you saw Dawn of the Dead, what were your thoughts on this movie back in the day?
Might have been maybe 13, 14 or something like that.
This better be good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I was just getting into every zombie movie that I could. And I think I watched this before any of the other ones. Like, I might have seen, like, Return of the Living Dead before this. But this is probably, like, one of the first ones I'd ever seen. But I have to say, back then, I think I was more of a fan of Day of the Dead because the effects were a little bit better.
What year did that come out? Maybe a couple years after?
80-something.
80-something?
Yeah. Yeah, so this one, I knew I liked it. I knew the resonance that it had, but it wasn't my favorite of George's movies. So I'm going to have to say I would give this a 7.9.
7.9. AJ, tell us the first time you saw the movie.
Let me tell you about the first time I didn't see this movie, guys. I was a young lad, and I didn't like scary movies, so I didn't watch the movie.
I thought you were going to do
Simple as
like,
that.
in 2004, I went to the theater, and I saw the Snyder.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
The what?
If you pretended like this was the 2004 one and
Oh,
talked about how
yeah.
you saw that.
I should have done that.
No, too bad.
Yeah, you're
I'll
right.
do it. Let me try it.
Okay, you try.
Okay, NA for AJ. Oh, dude, for me, I actually really like this movie. The year was 2004. I went to the movie theater with a date. And, dude, we watched Dawn of the Dead, and it was, like, super cool. Like the
a
idea
cool
of being...
retrospective screening? Or?
No, it just came out. I think it was opening night.
It just came out.
Oh, no, I watched the wrong movie.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, got him.
What a good joke. No.
It's fun.
Never. I do love the original. Like, I did kind of like it when I saw it, but I didn't care enough to go back and watch this.
Yeah.
Because, before we started this podcast, I like to think of old movies as, like, not worth it. No. I'm trying to be honest with you, right? Like,
The problem is I know exactly what you mean.
I fucking knew it.
almost every single movie we've done for
not
Summer of
worth
70s I've never seen because I'm just like, not worth it. It's old. Who cares?
It's old. They didn't know what they were doing back then. They were just trying things.
Even
and
like
see
The
what's
Godfather. Who gives a shit?
Never
up.
seen
Gives
it.
a shit.
Fuck me.
Can't tell
But
me.
here I am, ready to watch the new one.
Okay.
So we are going to
mean
be
the
a
old one.
7.
I'm going to be so mad this entire.
We are a 7.9. I need to pull up our little dealio here to see where 7.9 lands us. When it comes to all the movies we've done, a 7.9 is going to put it all alone at the 57th spot. We do think Rockstar is a better movie as kids, but we do think this is better than Rad. I just got to throw it out there.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we do.
as kids,
NA. All right. To just say.
well, we got to strip away all the nostalgia. We got to learn all the important, which is important and impertinent together. Important details of the movie. Sean, what do you got, dude?
Produced by Richard P. Rubenstein and Dario Argento. Cinematography by Michael Gornick. He also did Martin, Night Riders, Day of the Dead, and Creepshow. All George's.
I love his cheese.
Yes. All right. Music by Goblin. Goblin, my man. That is Dario Argento's friends in Rome. They did a lot of his movies, and they're here, and it's glorious. Special makeup effects by Tom Savini. The best to ever do it. Written, directed, and edited by George A. Romero.
What's A stand for?
Alexander.
For sure?
I have no
Alfonso.
idea.
Oh, he doesn't even fucking know what George A. Romero's middle name is.
What a nerd. Okay, let's.
You might be right that it's Alfonso.
Let's all take a guess. I'm guessing Alfonso, and then Mike. What's your guess?
Albert.
Alexander.
What is the middle name of George A. Romero?
George A. Romero's middle name is Andrew, so his full name is George Andrew Romero.
Well, you learn something new every day with this podcast, don't you, Sean?
George Andrew Romero. Cast. David Emge.
I thought it was Alfonso just because of his last name.
It's
Romero.
Mexican.
I think his dad is is from like South America or something like that.
Okay.
David Emge, Ken Forey, Galen Ross, Scott Reinger. Scott Reinger. There's another I in there, but I'm not going to do that.
Rangier.
David Crawford, David Early, Richard France, Howard Smith, Joe Pilato, Mike Christopher, Tasso Stavrakis, and Tom Savini. After George Romero made waves with his indie hit Night of the Living Dead, money and offers started to come in, but George, being the true indie filmmaker, wasn't satisfied with the studio way of doing things. George would make 5 more indie films with his friends in Pittsburgh until he would be approached with the opportunity to do a sequel to his genre-defining first film. George was friends with the owner of the Monroeville Mall in Pittsburgh, which was actually one of the first major shopping malls in America, built in 1969. While touring the mall, the owner would say to him, you could survive a nuclear fallout in this place. George thought, you could survive a zombie apocalypse here too. George had his idea for his next film. All the way in Rome, filmmaker Dario Argento heard that George was making a sequel to Night, and Dario, being a big fan of the film, called George saying that he should come to Rome and write the movie. So, of course, he did that. Argento said he would love to help produce the project in exchange for the European distribution rights. So that's what ended up happening. Casting for the film was as simple as holding local auditions in and around Pittsburgh and picking the best actors. Ken Forey, who plays Peter, actually knew Dwayne Jones, the actor in Night of the Living Dead, and got an in that way. Galen Ross got the role of Francine, but there was one problem. She didn't know how to act. She then took some lessons before the shoot.
And still didn't know how to act.
Okay.
Oh,
George cast
fired.
George cast a real biker gang to play a biker gang, and most of the zombies were just locals from Pittsburgh who were paid $1 a day to portray the Horde. Most of the main featured zombies were crew members, so they could be there. Filming was, by all accounts of the cast and crew, the most fun shoot any of them have ever had. George was very loving and collaborative on set. The director even admits he doesn't like conflict, so he tried to make the shoot as easy as possible. The only thing bad about the shoot was the schedule. Monroeville Mall was a thriving and new mall at the time, so it did not close in order for them to shoot. Rather, they had to wait until normal business hours were over, which was around 10. So they started at 11 and had to be out of there by 7. The owner really let them do whatever they wanted in the mall as long as they cleaned up for the customers the next day. The production had to pause for about a month for the Christmas season. They decided it would be too much of a pain to take down and put back up all the Christmas
Can
decorations.
you imagine that?
I would lose my fucking mind.
That's literally Sean's worst nightmare. Hey,
Yeah.
we're finally shooting my horror movie. We've got this great premise. It's going to be in the mall. We just need we're trying to do the mall. We're fine working around your business hours. And then he shows up like one day and there's Christmas shit everywhere.
Dude,
He's like,
no, it's all of the ads in this episode being like Christmas related that he has to listen to.
George took this time to start editing the footage he had, which made his vision clearer and gave him a good idea of what worked and what didn't and what he needed to reshoot. When they came back, you can see in like certain storefronts, like Christmas blowout
right.
sale, or after Christmas blowout sale. Dawn of the Dead was released on April 13th, 1979, and on a budget of $640,000, the film made $66 million at the box office. It cemented George Romero as the godfather of the zombie film, influencing every zombie film that would come after and influencing every burgeoning young filmmaker looking to just pick up a camera and make a movie. R.I.P. George.
George Andrew Romero. Thank you, Sean. AJ is up next. We need to learn what the critics and fans had to say about this movie. What do you got, buddy?
well, guys, the only person who could miss with this gun is the sucker with the bread to buy it. That's the tomato meter.
Gross.
Not too gross, apparently, even though I think it's a little gross. So I'm just saying. It's 92%
Oh.
on the tomato meter, certified fresh.
Of any movie we've done, tied in the 37th spot with Shaun of the Dead.
You've got to be sharding me.
Lovely.
Well, popcorn meter is right up there with them, agreeing almost wholeheartedly here at 90%. And then we have got, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll go back right there. And then we've got IMDb at 7.8.
7.8 of all the movies we've done ties with Ghostbusters, Predator, Goonies, Breakfast Club, among others.
So not bad.
Not bad company right
Not
there.
bad company.
Too bad.
Not too terribly great.
Not too pleasantly good.
Not too pleasantly good. How about this? Roger Ebert, Raj Ebe, Chicago Sun-Times, gave it a full out of a full, 100 out of 100, 1 out of 1, 4
boy.
stars out of 4 stars.
My boy.
He said, Dawn of the Dead is one of the best horror films ever made. Well, I don't want to listen to you anymore, Roger. As an inescapable result, one of the most horrifying. It is gruesome, sickening, disgusting, violent, brutal, and appalling. It is also, excuse me for a second while I find my other list, brilliantly crafted, funny, droll, savagely merciless in its satiric view of the American consumer society. Nobody ever said art had to be in good taste.
Fuck yeah,
That's
buddy.
a good review. He finally got one right.
Finally
Yeah.
did it.
Hell yeah.
How about Time Out London? Also 100 out of 100. Undoubtedly the zombie movie to end them all. The horror suspense content is brilliant enough to satisfy the most demanding fan, and the film uses superb locations like a huge shopping mall to further its Bosch-like vision of a society consumed by its own appetites, but takes no munchies. How about a bad one, guys? Why not?
Fine.
Right? The New York Times, Janet Maslin just said, I was able to sit through only the first 15 minutes of Dawn of the Dead. Great.
So you are so qualified for this review.
Why are you reviewing it then?
So
you're a
qualified.
paid critic. You are a paid critic. You were paid to sit through this movie.
Yep.
And you didn't do it. So you should have been fired. Maybe you were. We don't know. Variety, though, had this to say. Dawn pummels the viewers with a series of ever more grisly events. Decapitations, shootings, knifings, flesh tearings. That makes Romero's special effects man, Tom Savini, the real star of this film. The actors are as woodenly uninteresting as the characters they play. Romero's script is banal when not incoherent. Those who haven't seen Night of the Living Dead may have some difficulty deciphering exactly what's going on at the outset of Dawn. Okay. That was a 30 out of 100.
Okay.
Not as big of a fan. I'll give you a couple here on the viewers, guys. Somebody did go ahead and say, about Pure classic, 10 out of 10. All right. This is another zombie apocalypse chapter that continues to create terror and still gives a mystery to how zombies came to. The zombies also show how they became a zombie, some by infection, others by injury. Their actions also should be noted that they were people and try to function with bits of memory. This film hypes the tension where the survivors go and having to survive with no real plan to except to escape. It is a classic survival horror. Thank you. 2 out of 10. Frustratingly bad script. I picked to watch this movie to gain insight into modern life.
What year was this, please?
Interesting start. This is 2025.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I went back in time to figure out what modern life is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I wanted to see, because history doesn't repeat itself.
You don't know where you are if you don't know where you've come from.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you watching Dawn of the Dead? That's cool. What, any particular reason? Well, I just want to see how we got here.
I just want to know what life is like.
Yeah.
Well, then go outside. How about that?
Get
That's
off
super weird.
of the internet.
Super friggin' weird. The movie has decent satire embedded between the lines, criticizing consumer culture and mindless lifestyles. Aside from that, it's frustratingly annoying to watch the actors behave dumber than the zombies. The main characters just do not behave realistically and keep making stupid decisions, refusing to keep distance from the zombies, choosing single-shot rifles over better weapons. It's the 70s, man. Okay? It's like, God.
It's a mall. You
Come on,
only get
man.
so many guns to choose from in your mall store.
Exactly. Okay. They don't have the options like the gun superstore down the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, they didn't lock up there.
Automatic weapons they couldn't sell them in malls.
Yeah.
They can only sell those in Walmart.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, they only were available in Walmarts. Let's see here. They keep doing random things that just don't make sense for the circumstance they're in. I'm surprised that the film has such a high rating. Save your time. Avoid this film like it were a zombie play.
Nice, you did it.
Got him.
Well, we do have some people that we do want to hear
Yeah,
from.
dude.
Yeah.
We have the Little Lebowski Urban Achievers. They are here. They're here to hang out with us and just lock in with us. Scuba Steve. Let's go through some of these guys. Scuba Steve said, "This is an I've never seen for me.
Ooh, nice.
These types of movies, me too, bro. These types of movies were too spooky for me when I was young, and when I got older and started to expand my horizons on different types of genres, I'd probably dismiss Dawn of the Dead because it looked old and cheesy.
Yep.
I was pleasantly surprised. I love the practical effects, even if they look dated. That's part of its charm. The group of 4 survivors all bring something interesting to the table. I enjoyed watching them evolve as the movie goes. Even though it was my first watch, it felt like I had seen it a dozen times, just because of how impactful it seems to have been on this genre of movies and on video games too. I do feel like the movie is a little too long by about 10 to 15 minutes, but I look forward to another watch and also finding similar movies in this genre that I've always had a bit of a blind spot for.
Hell yeah.
Modern day, 7.1. Side note, it's good to be back, boys.
Good
It's
to have you
back,
back,
my friend. Devin Carlisle said, first off, can we get a round of applause for Thomas Vincent Savini? The master, there you go, there he is. All right, the master is pushing 80 and 2025 isn't pulling any punches, apparently. That being said, it's not for everyone, and it's not a masterpiece, but it should be damn well respected. In comparison, you have Victor Halpern's White Zombie, George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead, and this in 1978. Is this the progenitor of the modern zombie movie? I can't say. The mall where I grew up in Indiana is still light years away from what Monroeville Mall had going on in 1978. I actually just looked it up, and one of the 4 things that this one-story mall I grew up with currently boasts about is having a thrift shop.
Oh, good.
Well, you can maybe get some guns there. Not hating that, but come on. My ex and still very good friend Gina will certify that, in fact, Monroeville Mall in its heyday had a feel to it that can never be replicated. I'd also like to add that I've never met more than a handful of people that knew George A. Romero personally, and And from what I've been told, he was more than an exceptional human being and an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
He does have a prop. We'll get to that later. Walter Fielding, last one, guys. He had this to say. We said, the movie sparked my obsession with the zombie genre. There was something about the combination of being eaten alive and wandering a vast, deserted wasteland that was both terrifying and strangely fascinating. While the fast zombies in 28 Days Later and Dawn of the Dead remake are utter nightmare fuel, there's a deeper sense of dread in the slow-moving horde, an unstoppable mass that eventually overpowers and devours you. They're so slow, we can easily outrun, oh shit, my intestines are being pulled out by a businessman, a naked woman, and a teenage punk in leather and spikes. This was also the first film that introduced me to the horror of being bitten, knowing there's no cure, no escape, you're going to die, and then come back as one of them. And let's be honest, having an entire mall to yourself as a junior high kid in the 90s, that was the dream. Mm-hmm. There it is, guys.
We'll learn more at patreon.com/confusedbreakfast if you want to have your review of future movies right on the air.
So much fun. Thank you, guys.
Sign up for the big tier. Well, boys, do you ever sit around and think, man, I kind of wish the zombie apocalypse would just happen already?
All the time.
Not for the chaos, not for the horror, but like just so you and your best buds could hole up in a mall for 6 months and live like kings?
100%. Yeah.
I'm talking full access to the gun store, mattress selection, arcade, maybe a Sparrow and an Orange Julius. No lines,
dude, nice.
no rules, no annoying teenagers. Be like if Home Alone had a baby with The Walking Dead and that baby got raised inside of a Sears by George Romero. That's what Dawn of the Dead gives us. It's 1978. We got rogue SWAT guys, biker gangs, escalator slides, and Hare Krishnas that look like they're about ready to start a band named Tool. It's gory, it's weird, it's hilarious, and yeah, it's a low-key banger of social commentary about how we're all consumer zombies. Let's break it down. Here we go.
I'm so excited.
Scene 1. As society collapses under the threat of a zombie apocalypse, Philadelphia's media begins to unravel. From a TV station employee realizing their broadcasts are spreading misinformation about rescue centers that have already fallen, her boyfriend Steven, a traffic helicopter pilot, urges her to flee with him and meet on the roof. Meanwhile, a SWAT team raids a tenement where residents are hiding their dead, both living and reanimated. During the chaos, a rogue officer goes on a shooting spree before being killed by another SWAT member. Peter and another SWAT officer, Roger, bond over their disillusionment and decide to escape together with Steven and Fran.
Okay, first question, fellas. Have you seen a Romero zombie movie before this? And on top of that, do you feel like you needed a more context when you just kind of dropped in on this TV station?
I'm just dropped in. I have not seen, because Night of the Living Dead, it was the first in this, essentially, right? Never saw it, obviously. And I was thinking about that, watching this, going, oh, no, I forgot this is like a sequel, kind of. Do I need to watch the first one?
No.
Didn't have to watch it in the slightest.
No.
Not a bit.
No, like I was okay with it once I realized like why it's her waking up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's because they've been at this for God knows how long, right? That's the whole idea. And once I realized that, then I was like, it's fine. I got over it real fast. I think I was plenty distracted enough by the shag carpet on the walls. In that booth,
like
but
the audio booth.
The 70s audio booth. I don't need it as a prop, but it'd be fun to just do one of our walls like that.
It would.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, definitely.
That being said, no problems being just kind of dropped into it.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I was just saying it adds to the chaos factor.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't think she was waking up from a nightmare. I think she like had a good dream. I think she was like having a nice dream, and she woke up into a nightmare.
Yeah,
with this already going on. And I think like if Night of the Living Dead didn't exist, or like you hadn't watched it, obviously you guys didn't, but it's kind of brilliant and fun to be just dropped in on this with the chaos. You're like them, like trying to figure out what's going on, and everyone's got a different opinion. Like the guys they're arguing or whatever on the camera, or like he has different opinions, like this and that, and it's just chaos. And then they realize they need to get the fuck out of here. You know?
There's a constant chaos that's happening, and I think they do a very good job of that just right out of the gate, because like they get these, you have people there's not a coherent conversation in this entire
Well, they don't
opening.
let you have they keep just
The editing.
Yeah.
the editing
Yes.
and the zoom ins and zoom outs. and,
music, like-
it's fucking wild. You feel straight chaos
Yeah.
from the moment you watch this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's guys, I don't know how weird it is to you, but to watch this movie in 2025 on the outs of the pandemic of COVID that we all went through in 2020, this takes on a whole nother wild meaning to me. Just watching the media care more about the ratings and keeping people on their television than what's actually happening is like, it's not a fantasy. It's not a made up nightmare fuel. Like that's really what happens in the real world. And we fucking saw it in COVID. And now we're all able to look back on that whole thing and be like, oh my God, and this movie just, I know this is zombies, but this almost sums up what we all kind of went through in those
1000%.
first 48 hours ish of COVID.
One of the crew members yells, "Triple pay!" It was like stoked about it. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, we're unionized and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, unions working for us, baby.
It's probably this guy. I'm gonna do like
If we were on a
4
train
different
to
punchable
go punch a
faces.
face,
Okay.
I'm on board.
but
That's what I'm talking about.
we'll just hit the button so that now it's open season.
Sure. Yeah.
Number one is probably the guy that yelled triple pay. It's the guy that walks up behind the guy and does the bunny ears.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
a
the
turd.
fuck are we doing?
I didn't know we were still in like first grade. And then it's on camera.
Everyone
Yeah.
has, and
It's the fucker right in the pussy guy.
Yeah.
You know?
and are they saying this zombie outbreak's been going on for like a week now, right, or something like?
Yeah, it's like pretty fresh, but it's also like it's coming to a where it feels like anyway. And tell me if you guys feel different, but it feels like it's coming to the point of like, oh no, we don't have a handle on this.
It's
We
it's
thought
like a
we
break
could get
point.
to it,
Yeah.
and we can't.
Yeah,
we realize
the floodgates are about to open,
Yeah.
which I think is incredibly unique because you don't get that aspect almost anymore.
Yeah.
You could kind of say that a little bit about Shaun of the Dead,
Sure.
because they're kind of in it a little bit.
in a hungover way,
Right.
Which just suits it for the movie,
which is how we would really react to the zombies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, because in Shaun of the Dead, it's very much of them like they're watching people kind of like fall, like, and like, oh, like
So
hit-
drunk.
somebody, I got mugged. He's like, somebody jumped me, bit me. He's like, why they bit you? I didn't stop to ask them, like that kind of shit.
right.
He got bit, so he's like kind of going through it, and then, but it's a very very hard cut to like tomorrow it happens, right?
Modern day zombie movies are deluges of like
Yes.
your life is fine, your life is fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
This probably was not that way.
right.
And I think that that's very fascinating. I think it's honestly, it's my favorite start to a story like this.
Yeah.
Now, and contrary to popular belief, I actually, when it comes down to like the scary movies and stuff like that, the only ones that I'm really drawn to are like survival and zombie movies. I love them, inject them into my veins. I'm actually all about them, 100%.
Give me a movie about a demon that like enters into my family's bodies and possesses them. Like I'm not going to watch.
No, I don't need that.
I'll watch a
great.
zombie movie where I can pretend like I'm in a mall
Yes.
and I have to survive that way.
Yes.
That's cool. I like that.
That's
To-
great.
To add to like the starting panic of it all and the way it feels, and it's almost seamlessly just like makes you feel that way, like when there's like a big storm coming in Iowa or something like that, or some like the forecast does not look good, like, oh, could be another derecho or something,
Batten down the hatches.
and you're just getting home from work and it's kind of like the panic of like, oh, I got to stop and get some shit, maybe get some candles from like the grocery store, and everybody's there because everybody's doing the same thing. It feels like that, it feels like that panic of like trying to get everything together so you can go away from it or prepare for
but
it.
I'm still safe. Like it was
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
I was kind of sucked at the store because everybody was there and it felt a little tense. But I'm safe.
Yeah.
it was annoying. It wasn't life or death.
Which is what the world they've probably been living in until this day.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to be like, oh fuck,
Yeah,
what
it's
are we
real.
doing? Are we
Yeah.
getting out of here? Like, dude, bro's gonna steal a helicopter, right? Like that's not his helicopter.
I think it is. I think he's the traffic reporter.
Okay, but he doesn't own the helicopter.
He doesn't
Okay, sure,
own the helicopter.
He
sure.
flies it.
Yes, exactly.
Flyboy.
He has the keys. I mean, he's got the keys to the
Well,
thing,
this is
right?
where it is so chaotic where people are starting to make the decisions they normally wouldn't make in public. Like stealing that traffic helicopter coming up. This fucking psycho cop.
Yeah.
Like he's been wanting to be this way for a long time.
Yes.
And now he finally can be this way. The people leaving their jobs and just being like, fuck you, I'm out. Everybody wants to do that, and they're finally at their point where they're now like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there.
That's a really good point because, and again, I'm not that I want to keep like making the reference or anything, but I remember like during the pandemic, right? Of the same idea of like being at work and being like, I feel like we should just go home, guys. Like there's a point where it's like, this is getting bad. I remember my boss, he's a great friend of mine. But when he was my boss, I remember him going into a meeting like that was like, hey, we're going to talk about stuff. And he's like, and he came back out before he walked in, he said, guys, we never close down this store. Like this is a hub store. Like we never do anything. So I worked in retail and cell phones. He's like, we never shut down. This is like, we don't shut down unless like the mall shuts down, and they never shut down. And it's just like,
he walks in, closes the door. We're shutting down.
He comes back. He's like, all right, so we're not shutting down, but we are going to be sending people. We're going to be sending people home, probably be running on a skeleton crew. And we're like, did you see the new announcement that just came out? He's like, no. I'll be right back. And he goes into another meeting, and he comes back. He's like, all right, we're going to be closing down the store a little earlier tonight. It's just like, that's what this shit is. Being at work, this idea of them being at work is the best thing ever. And they're like them questioning if they should go home. Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck yeah, you should. We're looking at this like, yeah, you should be going home.
Right.
Are you insane? Why are people still there?
It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
Yeah,
so good.
It's such
that
a
was
good
exactly
thing.
what our media was doing back then too.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about this a lot because there is this is the closest to a zombie apocalypse we ever came.
George Romero had his fingers on the goddamn pulse when it came to like Night of the Living Dead. He says he's like, oh yeah, it wasn't like a reaction for like the racial tension in America at that point because he cast a black person in the lead, taking over like the White House, like taking control and everything. He's like, wow. Well, I mean, that's not even a spoiler, but
it was in 1968. Okay,
I was gonna watch it.
No, you weren't.
But he's like, yeah, I didn't even think about it. Like Dwayne was just the best actor, which is also really just how George is. But he's got this thing, man. Like he feels like a filmmaker because he's not strictly horror, and doesn't really. He wanted to make other films, not just horror films or anything. And he got pigeonholed into this, like horror directors do, like Wes Craven.
If you're good at it, like we want more.
And so
of
you
it.
tell your social kind of stories through a horror film, which you can definitely do. And I think he may be the best at it, to be honest.
Let's. I want to also maybe we should just get this one out of the way too. It's just a metaphor, man, for society,
bro,
and fucking the way we live. Consumerism, hyper-consumerism is gonna be the death of us, bro. All right, there we go.
Yep, cool,
everybody got that? Yep. All right, good.
I do
everybody got that?
Good. I do want to tell you, like, to go with my reason I never saw this movie is, you think of 1978 as being like, there's no way it could look cool or it could have cool special effects because it's so old. Then we get immediately to some of these shots, like Psycho Cop shoots that guy's head off. You start to see the couple first bites taking place in the arms, and I'm like, damn, dude, like this looks awesome.
He wanted to, like, right out the gate, just be like, this is the movie you're going to see.
Imagine 1978 watching this.
Yeah.
You would have been, this whole movie would have just been like, what?
They had to release it X, it had to release it with no rating because they would not compromise with studios being like, oh, we should cut some of this out, like the head exploding guy, it was just Tom Savini being like, he filled the fake head full of condoms filled with blood and like whatever he had from like the food that they had that day, like apple cores and shit, and blew it off with a real shotgun. And yeah, the bite, especially like the woman who embraces that zombie, the bite out of here like by the neck. What's this?
That's your shoulder.
You're just,
But like,
it's your upper trapezius.
yeah, it's upper
Yeah.
trapezius. It
Yep.
feels like if I feel it whenever I see it.
your
You know what I
lats.
mean?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, because I know what you're talking about. It's like it is. It's that like I think it is like a trap muscle or something. It's something
Yeah.
like that. But anyway, it's
Got it.
like if you just pinch right there and be
Yeah.
like, oh,
I get cramps there all the time.
I know. I'm dehydrated. Okay, chronically, and it's bad. But no, I know exactly what you mean. I kind of told you, I didn't get to. I only made it so far. Like when the first time I had to turn it off because I had other stuff going on. Trapezius. Man, I'm fucking good. I'm a scientist.
Should be
but-
a scientist.
I should be a scientist. But like I told you, like the first bites, it was the one out of the arm that kind of caught me off.
There's like two right away. It's the arm and the
Yeah.
shoulder or something like that. Yeah.
And I was just like, okay. And the blood is wild. What do you guys feel about the blood?
Yeah, it always stands out to me, and it's like some of the effects I love, and you can see the budget in them for me, and I think it's charming. However, some of it does not age well,
Yeah.
and some of it is the blood, where it looks very very hyper realistic, which
Yeah.
is also kind of cool, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this work compared to Day of the Dead because it's just night and day.
I see what you did there.
Even the color of the skin, like when they're
Yeah.
ultra purple, sometimes I'm like,
Blue,
yeah,
gray.
okay, you know.
Tom takes it back. He's like, that was
messed
bad. That was a bad decision.
It's not always bad, but when it is, it's real bad.
Yeah.
Well, and like just like the blood, I read that I think Tom did not like it. George did like it. It was going for his style, like this comic booky kind of style.
Yeah.
But then, but Tom didn't like it because it was like neon on the screen, and they're just like, I don't know, like, but it all works. Like,
Of course.
it doesn't. It would have been a problem if it took me out of it.
For 1 second, I go, nah, and then immediately I'm just watching the movie again. So
They
who
move
cares?
very quickly on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't linger on it too much.
Yeah.
To make you sit there and just be like, they do a good job of it.
This whole siege is just crazily edited and filmed.
Yeah.
And it's so quick and it's so engrossing to me. And I wonder if Spielberg got this from this movie of like that guy who like gets shot on the beach, like skims off his helmet, and he's like, oh shit, and then gets shot in the head right away.
Oh,
I wonder if he got like the new guys.
like
Like,
Saving Private Ryan. you
Yeah.
mean?
They're like, oh, this is going to be a character we're going to need to know. Nope. He's dead.
so you got this, man. He seems like a new guy, just gets fucking popped right away.
Oh, dude.
But they like, and then you start to get like more of our characterizations. Like, Peter is the one that kills Wooly, who is going on his fucking crazy rampage, and then Roger goes down to the basement and meets Peter, and then this is where I'm like, yeah, I don't remember this movie. Like, I remember watching this movie just for the zombies parts.
Yeah.
And going back this time, like, wow, I really like these characters, and some of the acting is actually really good. Like even from Roger right here, where he's like, yeah, I could leave. Should I? I don't know. Like just the way he's like smoking and acting with Ken Foree, it's really good. I like really fell in love with the characters this time around.
I think that he's probably my favorite one, even though like
Roger?
even though he starts to get like a little wild there
Yeah.
near
But
whatever.
is that just a testament to like what might happen?
I know.
You actually feel to me like somebody who might act more like Roger. If let's say the three of us got holed up in a mall like this and during the zombies, like I feel like you'd be the first one to maybe just be like, fuck it, let's just do crazy shit. Is that weird? But I feel like he would.
I mean, I would be like,
I don't think you'd be as whoa, yeah, woo,
Yeah.
woo. I don't
yeah, I've
think
never
you'd do
been that person.
Yeah.
Maybe a zombie apocalypse would change me.
Maybe,
I don't know.
man.
But I've never been the woo guy.
We'd be like, hey, we need somebody to actually jump out of the truck and then run through zombies to get another one. AJ'd be like, I could do it.
I could probably do that.
My knees actually.
Well, I'll just stop over at Sears and grab a knee brace, and then
Yeah.
they got
Okay,
those.
sick.
Yeah, they got those copper ones. You know the. Helps circulation. So
No, I agree with you. First watch, didn't necessarily give a fuck about anybody. It's a movie. Who are these people? Second watch, all right. I actually cared more about them. I loved these guys together. I actually, second watch through, found some of the shots, like the angles he chose and the decisions he made to be just beautiful. The one, I think it's in this basement. It's a shot looking back at Peter.
Yeah.
And there's a cobweb cutting down the middle of his face, and he moves it out of the way with a gun, and then the barrel's shooting right at you. Like that's kind of a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it the first time around until second time.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, like you could see, like it's mostly all locked off shit,
Yeah.
and like until it's chaotic, and obviously for budget wise, like you want to cut down on your setups and just go handheld, you know. But he does such a good job with it, and I think his strong suit is honestly one, his direction of his actors and characters and just being open to ideas whenever, but also his editing is just, I think, masterful. And I didn't realize he edited this or like any of his movies.
I think honestly, the editing is what saves a lot of this movie for me. It's like, yes, he directs it well, I think, but you have to think and remember, so many of these people are extras, not actors, not professional. You know, they were just there.
Yeah, just
And-
maybe from state, like a local theater.
Right, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, and it takes a lot of editing, I think, to get around some of that, because especially in later on in the later scenes, like during the biker stuff, I'll talk more about it maybe, but there's some parts where it's just like, yeah, that's just a guy.
Yeah.
That's just a guy. That's just a girl. That's just whatever. You know what I mean? It's not acting. It's just and to be fair, it's not like George A. Romero did say, they're like, well, what do you tell people? How do you direct them? I can't direct them. I can't tell people this is how you're supposed to act like a zombie.
As soon as you do this, everyone does it.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
So then it's like, I just have to tell them, he just said, I just told them to be dead. And that was it.
Okay.
And some of them fucking knock it out of the park, dude.
Fucking hey, dude.
It's so sick.
Some of it's great. And yeah, I think some of it's really, really good. There are just times where I'm just like, you're just standing there.
Yeah. Sometimes you can catch someone like looking at the camera.
Yeah, like stinging the camera.
And also like it's just like charming, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
So scene 2, the group meets up at a Riverside police dock, narrowly avoiding confrontation with rogue cops, and take off in a helicopter. After refueling at a rural airport and surviving a zombie attack, they eventually spot a massive shopping mall, decide to land there. Inside, they find the place crawling with zombies, but rich with supplies, including food, weapons, and shelter. They begin forming a plan to live there long-term, building a hidden apartment. Fran, who is pregnant, insists on learning how to use a gun and fly the helicopter in case something happens to the others. Did anybody else have another flashback here? I having my initial flashback of COVID at the beginning. Now they're flying this helicopter over like the hillbillies who are having a huge party.
Oh, yeah.
This was a flashback to derecho.
Oh, dude.
If you don't know about a derecho, Cedar Rapids, Iowa got destroyed by like 145 mile an hour winds for 45 minutes back in, August of 2020.
2021.
2020.
2020.
Yeah. And my neighborhood basically was out of power for 2 weeks, and we all just congregated in the streets with trees all around us and everything just in shambles, and just drank beer and partied.
Yep.
And it was exactly what the hillbillies are doing.
It was kind of awesome.
You know,
it was kind of awesome.
You know how like when there's like a new, like somebody's having a baby and there's like, oh, we're having a diaper party, so everybody bring over diapers and we'll have some beers and we'll hang out, and she won't have anything to drink, but we had chainsaw parties.
Yeah.
So everybody just bring your chainsaw, we'll have some beers and whatever, it's fine.
Bring out your axes, like your fun, like tchotchke, the hatchets that you got, and
Don't forget your water.
we'll
It's
have
hot.
a good time.
Remember that hatchet you got? You're like, I bet I'll need this sometime. You never used it.
Yeah.
Well, now is the time.
Now's your time, dude.
Now's your
Perfect.
chance.
You're not gonna get on the internet.
No.
You're not gonna look. It's like Too Fast, Too Furious, where like they were all hanging out talking about cars and fucking dancing and shit. We were all like, we couldn't get on the internet, couldn't have our distraction away from people.
We
so
talked to friends.
We went to people and started talking to each other.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. I mean, like even this army, the the army that he shows along with the hillbillies.
Yeah.
It's a real army from Pittsburgh. They just knew George. Everyone loves George, and George was just like, hey, just come on down. They're like, okay, brought all their trucks, everything, all their equipment, and just filmed them doing shit. And it just goes to show, like, it's, you know, the true indie filmmaker of George Romero just getting things done and making your movie look way bigger just because you're awesome to people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just because of your positive. It's like just happy-go-lucky puppies and rainbows. And he's like, all right, guys, I'm having a great time. This is fun. All right, action. Cut. All right, hey, this is a wonderful time. That was fucking awesome.
That was a good take. I think we
Oh,
I think
man.
we got it.
This is great. I thank you guys all so much for being here. Can we do this one more time? All right, that's great. All right, cut. No, yeah, guys, this is great. It's a fun time. That's fun.
It's a great play to show what's happening in the world and just show different areas. Like
Yeah.
showing that the other cops are stealing something and taking off and going where they think they should go.
So this was in because I watched the version you guys watched, because there are like 3 or 4 different cuts of this, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Unfortunately.
But I watched that one, but I watched this actual theatrical one, Blu-ray, because I wanted to like know what the actual movie was, and this scene wasn't in it. Like the cops, like them,
Really?
almost like almost going to rob them. It seems right.
With the guy going,
yeah,
yeah, really?
yeah. This wasn't in it, and I think this is actually a very important scene.
Yeah.
I actually really like this scene a lot.
Which scene?
The one we just talked about with the guy with the face, right?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Wait,
it's
Before
kinda,
all that, before he does the stupid face and they
yeah,
take
he
off.
comes up and they're like, we're gonna go upriver and find an
Yeah.
island, any island. I think it's kind of cool to show that nobody knows what the right answer is. And if it were us, we're like, obviously, dude, don't get in a boat and go in a river. Get in a helicopter with these guys.
Yeah.
But they were so sure that what they were gonna do was the right thing to do that he's like, oh, see you later. It's kind of a wild scene.
Yeah.
Well, and then the fact of the matter is, like, he asks them, it's like, you guys got cigarettes? And then they get on the thing and like they all have cigarettes. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I
It's
need
just
more
like
cigarettes.
it's
He
like
meant spare cigarettes.
yeah. It's like, yeah, we're not giving them to you. Could be my last fucking cigarette, dude. I don't know when my last one's gonna be, or when I'm gonna be able to get more.
Even the conversation in the helicopter when like Peter first meets Francine and Flyboy. I love this is where I like fell in love with like the characterization, especially with Peter. He's just fucking awesome. And talking with Francine, I think this conversation was even extended a little bit in the version we watched. But he's like, I love his reaction and it's just so human. Where he's like, I just like to know who I'm with. Yeah,
Because I might be with you for a long time.
yeah. I don't know. That felt so genuine and so real.
Yeah, there were a lot of people in COVID that moved in with a boyfriend or a girlfriend they met for about a week
Yeah.
and didn't know who that person was.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, even, man, I actually have a question for you, Sean. Some of the weird sound effects in these scenes, was that used in Shaun of the Dead?
Yep.
Awesome.
That's what I thought too. Like the moment it's like I don't know if it was like a sunset thing.
When they first land at wherever this thing
Yeah.
is, to try and get fuel for the helicopter.
pretty
Yeah.
badass.
That I immediately, which it's such a weird thing to happen to you. It's like, I know Shaun of the Dead so well.
Yeah.
And then to like hear this, I'm like when your first thought is like, oh, they got that from like Shaun of the Dead, and it's like, oh wait, no, flip it around. Okay, yes, Shaun of the Dead took so much from this movie, and rightfully so.
Yeah. And I even love this scene too, where like Peter goes into the thing.
Yeah.
And like before he encounters the kids, he's like looks at the coffee thing, hits it, or like it's not working, says out of order, and then he hits it and the coffee thing comes out. I'm like, I fucking love touches like that.
Yeah.
I just like, I think you can really laugh at this movie if you wanted and be scared of it, or just like have a great time. But like touches like that make me just so charmed by anything that happens in this movie. And then fucking capping some kids.
Yeah, well,
Dude.
yeah,
Kinda
that-
ugly, you
Change it
know?
a little bit.
Yeah.
Or helicopter rotor blades slicing the head off of a zombie. Like,
So sick.
that
dude.
could be both. That's very charming and also like, ugh,
Yeah.
like it's both.
What'd you guys think of that effect?
It was awesome.
So good, right?
Yeah. No,
It's incredible.
No, it's great. I mean, like this part is this is also just a very iconic moment for a lot of these types of movies. We need to make a first stop. You know what I mean? There's a reason that we need to make a first stop, and everybody just is kind of trying to get. It's like being on a car on like a road trip or something, and like that first time out of the van or the car.
All right, quickly, guys.
You say it's like, all right, guys, let's not make this too long, but everybody goes their fucking separate ways.
Someone goes a mile into the forest to find a place to pee. You're like,
it's
what
just
the fuck?
it's like, can we rein it in, guys, please, for the love of God? But no, it's so true. This first stop that everybody needs just a little bit of a break, you know, to kind of catch their breath. And they all have their own little ways of doing it, like going and trying to find a cup of coffee, for God's sake, or somebody's trying to be resourceful and, you know, get gas, and somebody's trying to find snacks or something like that. It's a great scene, and it's a great like reminder of like what they're doing and what they're trying to get away from. Why you can't just stop anywhere.
That's what's important, is because if they had not stopped here, the idea of moving on seems a lot more plausible. Like, you're right, we should keep going to Canada or whatever.
Yeah.
This proves that even just landing in a remote place to get gas is dangerous.
You're gonna get overrun, even though it seems like this field is empty.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they come out of nowhere somehow.
Ugh.
And I'll make a note of this then too, because you always talk about it, but you never. It's hard to, I don't know, feel it, because in a lot of movies, when this is easy, just shoot them. You know, just they move slow. You know, in this movie, they don't seem like they have like a super strength or anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of zombie movies will do that, even where it's like they become way strong and weird. You know, but in this, it's like they're just
It's
the
a
same
dead body
thing.
with moving electrons going through to make it walk.
Yeah, to make it want food.
That's literally all it is.
And that's all it is. But there is this silent, scary, droning aspect of them. And again, when you get them in hordes, it's like there is something that's very, very eerie. And I can't remember how somebody described it. Like, it's somehow worse. I don't know. There's something worse about that. The silent idea of like when he's gassing up the helicopter, and somebody's just like, turn around.
Yeah.
Turn around. Like, you need to turn around. Like, you don't hear him because like maybe the helicopter blades are going. So, and they even make mention of that later on. We'll get to it. Like, the noise from like the music, it'll cover up our noise. It's like, well, you're also covering up their noise, you know? So it's fun, and it makes this, it adds a layer of like suspense to it, which I think gets missed on a lot of other zombie movies.
Everything's very practical that happens in this movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like what we're talking about right now is like how you can just kind of get surprised by something that's going not even walking at a normal pace, slower than that. And I think it's the editing. I think it's the way, like, especially when we get to it, like the truck scene, you know, like of them blocking off the entrances and stuff. The way he edits it is just like, God damn, like, I can't, they're coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It really works. And one of my favorite things ever in any movie of all time, I think about it so much, is when Flyboy hammers that dude on the ground.
When he goes flying with
Dude,
the hammer.
when he fucking just clotheslines that guy to fucking hell. Oh my God, it's so funny.
It's so awkward.
It's the worst thing you could ever, like, he hits him like under the arm and lays him the fuck out, but also
Sean,
takes himself out.
I hate, at this point in my watch, I hate Flyboy so much. With his flinging of this hammer and then him falling asleep in a helicopter.
Yeah.
I know how we can all kind of fall asleep if you're driving late at night, because a car, you've got cruise control on, you've got lane assist, you're just like in a comfy seat. You cannot fall asleep flying a helicopter.
Yeah, like the moment you like do like the nod that you happen to do like in a car of like, oh jeez,
Oh, fuck.
like that goes. Oh god, oh god.
Flyboy's not high on my list right now as a character that I love at this point.
No pun intended.
I have some notes. Fucking like Roger having to take care of like clean his shots up.
It's
pretty
pretty
much
great,
like
though.
almost
Yeah.
killing Peter.
I like creating that dynamic. Though.
Yes.
Don't give me 4 people that are all really
That are
talented
awesome.
at this.
Yeah.
I need a dynamic in this group, and it's established right away.
Yeah, especially coming up with Roger and Peter being the fucking ultimate duo is
The
so
alphas
much,
of
so
the
much
group.
fun.
The first time that happens, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. The second time it happens, I'm like, this is a joke. Now, like the second time he walks up and he like blocks his gun up, he's like, and does it in one shot. I'm like, okay, all right. We didn't have to do this again, did we? I don't know. That part felt a little heavy-handed.
It's also pretty funny to me that when they're back in the air, they fly over the mall. Somebody goes, "What the hell is that?" And he's like, "It's a mall." It's just weird to me that back then, maybe that was such a new thing that maybe some people had never been to malls. And nowadays, I'll have to drive past a mall with my daughter, and she'll be like, "What the hell
It's
is
gone
that?"
back, yeah.
It's gone back to I don't know what that place is. We lived in the greatest time to be alive when malls were so incredible. And this movie, dude, just reiterates why malls were so amazing, but also this idea to put people into a mall during a zombie apocalypse is the most brilliant idea of any zombie movie that's ever been made. It is pure brilliant to do this and to make this the idea of where we're going to put these people, because us as people are like, oh my God, this is like a dream.
Yeah.
It's getting locked in a toy store or a Target after hours. It's the idea of doing whatever you want, and they'll touch on it way later, but this is brilliant. When the mall music's playing, the escalator scenes with the zombies like spinning around on the escalators, like I'm all in on, and I've seen the remake, but I'm still so far all in at this point when they get to the mall.
This was an important place in their lives. You know, like almost like you're talking about right now. Like I have to say, one of the reasons I do love this movie so much is because of the mall aspect of it, and because me and my friend who watched zombie movies, that's all we did together was zombie movies and skateboard. We would, his name's Kyle. We would skateboard to Westdale Mall in Cedar Rapids, and we would just fuck around in there and have a good time. And this was like, as it was thriving, and then like when we were going out of high school, it started to decline like they all did. And so we took that privilege and just like took the elevator down where we weren't supposed to and went like behind everything, like went behind the stores. We just searched where we weren't supposed to because no one was looking after the place, you know?
Yeah.
And so like it's one, very nostalgic for me because of that aspect, but also very true to like the innards of a mall, or like the workings of a mall, you know?
Yeah.
Because I've seen it.
It's kind of like it's like the behind the scenes stuff, you know? It's the inner workings of a mall. It's like Disneyland. You know, everybody, you think of Disneyland, but there are so many like inner workings and like bland white tunnels behind the scenes of like all the colorful stores that you love. You know, it's like when you get your first job doing like anything, you're like, oh, it's like, oh man, I really want to work at Guitar Center, man. I just want to go to Guitar Center. I'll just work there, and then I'll gig, and I'll be living the dream. And you're like, no, working there is not good. It sucks. I'm sure it just takes all the joy and like the magic out of what you're talking about, what you think it really is. And so it's kind of a fun play on it again. And I really like the aspect. It's like, well, this is an important place for a lot of people, because it was like their only reprieve maybe of the bullshit that they were dealing with beforehand, of wondering if they could leave work during a zombie apocalypse, you know? And then on top of that, nobody is free of this, because even when they're going through the first time, Roger's like grabbing a sweater and he's just like, they're just grabbing whatever, like, oh, this is awesome, like, look at this, like doing their own little shopping spree while they're going for survival supplies.
Hit and run. So sick, dude.
Well, here's your other punchable face. I have many more, but this Hari Krishna bald zombie,
Maynard James Keenan
wannabe with a chain. I think it's around his neck with a chain holding a tambourine so that he never loses his tambourine. This zombie is so punchable. Has to.
It's important to keep your tambourine on you at all times. I always keep that thing on me. You're a percussionist, Mike. Come on.
Tambourines are they're a no-go for anyone.
Come on.
You want to play it? It's my bachelorette party. Can I play it? It'd be so funny.
Are you in a band? What would you think if I like played tambourine for you sometime?
I play a mean tambourine. Graduated from Triangle.
Fucking shut up.
Shut.
So how about Peter and Roger then on their first instance of running through this mall and doing the stuff in the department store in the 2 levels? How are you feeling about that, Sean?
I mean, it's everything to me. Like, and goes to the practical nature of everything too. Where like it's the pennies thing, and it reminds me of so much of Westdale Mall in Cedar Rapids because it's 2 levels, and so is this, and so that pennies is 2 levels, and them like getting the attention of the zombies, so they go to this place so they can escape from here. It all makes total sense, and these guys are so much fun to fucking watch do whatever. And apparently they were good buddies in real life too. Like they would arrive to set with each other and just hang out and fucking drink real Jack Daniels as they had on set. This is everything, but it's also like watching the movie. It still works. It's still like the consumerism aspect of it, of commenting on like the consumerist aspect, and they're enjoying it. We're enjoying it, watching them enjoying it, wondering if we could enjoy it being there, doing that shit. But also like talking about it with just you guys right here, right now, is still nostalgic of going to a mall and having everything at your disposal. Everything about this works.
Him sliding down that escalator was apparently something that they just did for fun.
Yeah, he brought it up to George and just like, go ahead.
And I'm going to go on record as well. They went on record and said that they think that those the bumps that they put in those, they started adding so that people can't slide down them, was because of this movie.
I'm for
and,
it.
and I'm going to say, yes, you are correct. You are the reason why no one else is allowed to do that.
Absolutely. We're going to give that to him, 100%.
Yeah.
This is where they hit the music, and like you said, AJ, is like it could distract him. Like again, practical. And then Flyboy, waking up and realizing that they went off without him. He's like, those guys are maniacs. I'm gonna go join them. And he's completely he's literally shooting at shadows.
I know.
And it's the most infuriating thing. Like, I think he actually gets scared by his own shadow.
These are the tropey things that like I'm just like, come on, like, are there really people that would be doing this? I guess maybe we're just different being raised in Iowa. I don't know, but it's just like, are there people that are so jumpy that they see like a half of a shadow and they're just like, yeah, exactly. It's very frustrating. This part is very frustrating.
He's still super frustrating in this, and then you get the frustrations I have with Fran. I don't know if maybe this is just a sign of the times, but there's many things. She announces she's pregnant, and the next shot is of her smoking a cigarette, which, by the way, and she drinks throughout this whole movie. I did look into it, and it was less of a frowned upon thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty normal. So take that out of your mind. But when she tries to jump into this group and be like, I want to know all the plans, and I need a gun, and you need to keep me involved, and I want to fly a helicopter. I was like, I paused to let my laughter end for how fucking stupid it was that she was being that role of this, I don't want to say a needy woman type role, but like the fact that she tries to insert herself into that was super funny to me. And even the best part was when she goes to Peter, she's like, I want to know all the plans before it happens. And he's like, sounds good. Here's the plans. You're not doing any of it.
Yeah.
He basically says that to her. Like, oh, yeah, no. Flyboy, this is how you handle it. You do involve her, but then you also say the plan is that you're not going to do any of it.
Yeah.
And it's like Fran is very frustrating to me in this whole movie.
I kind of agree with you, but I also think that it's if I was in that position too, I guess I would want to know. And I'm glad she said something, because if something happens to Flyboy, we're fucking actually stuck
None
here.
of you will ever be able to learn how to fly a helicopter from scratch. Move the fuck on with it. If Flyboy dies, you're fucking dead.
So protect him at all costs. That's
Yes.
basically it. Like, you should be protecting him as much as this pregnant woman at
should-
this point because he's your out. He's like-
Yes, leave the vulnerable at home. Flyboy and the pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Stay home. Let these boys go do their thing.
yeah.
Am I wrong?
Because honestly, like, it's, you know what? We haven't gotten there. Have we gotten to the
You know
door
what?
coverings?
So, listen, so I've had sex with the helicopter pilot. That makes me the most qualified to fly it next
Yeah.
of all of us. You need
Yep.
to teach me with the fuel we don't have.
Yep. Yep.
I just need to get like 2 to 3 feet off the ground,
Yeah.
and then I'm professional.
I just want to get, like, look, all I want to do is learn to fly a helicopter. Okay.
I guess what I mean about Fran is that she is right in wanting to be involved.
Yes.
But then she goes too far. And she's like, I want to be involved. Oh, and I want to fly a helicopter, and I want a gun, and I want to know what you're doing, and I want to say in it, and I want to fly a helicopter again. It's like, no. You can't.
Well, I think the craziest
Maybe we
thing-
should take this one step at a time. How about that?
let's focus on one thing. Let's
Yeah.
how about we do that?
Let's teach you how to fire a gun.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, hey, I totally hear you. Here, let me show you about this gun, okay? And look, this is a Beretta 9mm. Okay, there's a safety on it. So the trigger. This is how you drop out the clip. But how do you lift off? How do you lift off
What's
in
a
a helicopter?
cyclic?
What's this? I don't even know.
Do I take the cover off first?
Yeah.
Is there a cover?
But what are the plans?
Is there more keys?
Would you focus on the gun? We're talking about you wanted to learn to fire a gun. Yeah, but what are we doing here?
What is this?
What are we?
I think the craziest thing is when Peter's like, "Do you want to abort it?" I know how.
That's pretty.
It's like, bro, how do you know how?
Why do you know how?
Why do you
how
know?
and why?
Yeah.
Also, putting it back in the parlance of the times, smoking and drinking was not like a terribly big deal, but abortion was probably a pretty big deal.
True.
So imagine watching this in 1978 and hearing this conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I love all this. Like, even when they're running through the department store and Roger has his like thing that he took off the rack around his waist. This part where the zombie pops out
Yeah.
and the screwdriver bit was a reshoot because the continuity ended up being that he had the jacket around his waist and then somewhere it got lost. So they needed to show him it getting lost. And so he does this.
Just to he gives us a jump scare.
It gives us a jump
And a
scare,
gory kill.
a gory kill, and a comment on the consumerism because the
zombie wanted his jacket.
is grasping the jacket like you could either
my
say
God.
like no, don't take it from my dwelling, or like the zombie just is like they're saying it's the instinct of like consumerism and just like grabbing onto a thing. You know, I'm like, what a fucking brilliant dude. God.
That's fucking good.
So scene 3, to secure them all, Peter and Roger block the entrances with trucks while Steven provides air surveillance. Roger goes reckless and is bitten by a zombie, a wound that is surely fatal. The group does their best to care for Roger, who eventually succumbs and returns as one of the undead, only to be put down by Peter. With the mall cleared and their hideout secure, the survivors settle into an eerie domestic routine. They enjoy the mall's luxuries, but Fran begins to question the hollowness of their material comforts.
Really? Really? She just decides to question all of it. Like, the funny thing about this, like, this
Wearing
apartment,
a fur coat.
like the most posh, like, looking apartment, like that they've made this into. The
It's
clear
dope.
chairs, the like
As
crazy
it evolves
lamps.
too, it's amazing how
It's
it
so
slowly
awesome.
becomes incredible.
It's so awesome. They're just like slowly but surely, they just decided, like, let's get all these boxes of like survival supplies out of here, and let's put on a shag carpet. And like
some plants.
Yeah, get some plants.
Yeah.
You need to clean up the air in here. You know what I mean? It's just dark and
Open it up a bit.
you know, this place has some great bones. I just want to warm it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
For
Let's
sure,
get
for
a
sure.
splash of paint up here. I think that'd be great in here, you know? Doubling back, I apologize. This is what I was going to say earlier, is it's probably the helicopter's fault in the first place of why Roger gets bitten. Like when they're in the trucks. Because of the noise that it's making. That's my thought
Yeah,
process.
what support is he even doing?
He doesn't have a radio.
They have no radios.
He can't and at one point it seems like he even tries to yell down.
Yeah.
Like it's like
the door's kind of open in that shot, which is, I think, completely fake.
Peter's
but
like,
yeah, it's like
I can't fucking hear you, dude.
he's doing sign language with the helicopter. Go away.
Like fucking snipers and Saving Private Ryan.
that's what I mean. Like yeah. It's like, okay. But that's what I mean. Is like you want to learn about this helicopter and the helicopter's so important and all this. It's like, no, you've said like a million times you don't have a lot of fuel.
Nope.
And now you're just running like some sort of air support
So they've wasted their fuel and basically got Roger.
and got Roger
And
killed.
then the second time when he finally goes, fine, I'll teach you. That's when the motorcycle gang finds out about it.
right. Oh,
Leave it there until
yeah.
you got to leave.
I see. Yeah.
Don't touch it.
You're not wrong, but guys, we got this, man. We got this by the ass.
by the ass.
Fucking so good. Like, and I again, like it just the editing and filmmaking. It just seems like even when like if you ever worked with someone who's like just going way too fast on something,
Yeah.
like just like calm down, like okay, like I get that feeling with this, especially with Peter being like, calm the fuck down, Roger.
it's not just your life.
You're gonna get yes.
life.
Exactly. You're gonna get yourself killed and maybe me, and I can't have that.
Yeah. You need to focus the fuck up for a
It just
second.
it really gets that feeling across very, very well. And what do you think about Roger going nuts at this point? Does it work for him? Does it work for this character? I mean,
Yeah, he seems to be enjoying it.
yeah,
He seems like he's
like he could be a part of the biker gang almost.
Yeah.
and all of them have their moments of like kind of like losing it. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
start to kind of lose their grasp on like really what's going on and like just reality, if you will. But I think he does it very well. There's definitely got to be a play in here with some lighting to make his eyes so pinned.
Yeah.
In the cab of the truck when they're together, and Peter's telling him to calm the fuck down, because you look up and his eyes are so blue, you know, and you look at him and they're just like, I mean, just tighter than tight, like they are shining a light in his eyes to make him just like boom, yeah, and so it helps. It adds to that like that idea that he's kind of losing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even with the effects on this part too, like you get a lot of headshots throughout this movie, and I was like, one, it probably takes so long to get those set up and do those and pull them off correctly, and two, it could almost get a little much. It can almost get like, okay, again, another fucking headshot, but it never gets old.
It never really gets
like,
old.
And because that's the way you kill them, one, and two, it just looks so good.
Yeah.
And even for this time, it must have been just shocking to see a hit in the forehead and then blood spraying out the back.
Yeah.
You know? It looks great.
I think I always go back to that because they always talk about it, how like this movie was like, no, this is an X rating. There's no way if you want an R rating, you're going to have to cut a bunch of stuff out. And they're like, and then they said, no, this came out with no rating. And you're like, really?
It's not bad.
Nowadays, you're just like,
Yeah.
PG-13, maybe.
I mean, it's a little out there, but back then you have to remember the only thing that got freaking X ratings was like porn.
Yeah.
Those types of movies that were coming out in the 70s, not these types of not regular movies of just that had some violence in them. Like, so it's kind of shocking to be like, I guess it's kind of wild. I just have to remember it was a different time.
Yeah.
You get to them. He's been bit. Obviously, they're going to try to keep him alive, but they know that they need to now lock all the doors and things like that and start cleaning up the insides. This is when it does get a little interesting too, because you've got that thought from Fran about like, well, listen, like, why don't we just take what we need and leave, versus the idea of them craving their old life of like what they can create in here. I didn't catch that really the first time. I didn't really catch that in the 2004 version.
She really sees it for what it is right away.
And it is interesting. I totally agree with staying there and creating your own life. I think she's wrong in thinking they need to leave and go to fucking Canada with no fuel. But it is an interesting thing to think about. And then there's that look. I didn't catch it the first time around, but they've cleared the entire mall and they are wearing like fur coats, like looking down at everyone they've killed. And there's no words really said, but it is them contemplating like, oh man, like these were people. Mm-hmm. And it's a really nice moment because you think zombies are like, just I'd kill every one of them. I wouldn't care. But to take a moment to be like, well, wait a minute, that's somebody.
There's like even like little reaction shots from like even Flyboy that like that get that across too. Where like Peter says to him like, we're gonna have to clear out the whole store or the whole mall, and you get a reaction shot from Flyboy. He's like, oh, fuck. And movies like zombie movies nowadays never really do that. It's just carnage and it's fun and that's okay. But this, you're right. It does really get the impression across that like you just killed a bunch of people.
A bunch.
You think, that's a good point.
And I like that they didn't show it.
Yeah, true. Good point.
They didn't show it. They're just like, yeah, we did it.
You know what happened.
We killed them all and got rid of their bodies.
And the idea that like you say, Sean, it's kind of easy in this newer version of zombies that they're faster, they're stronger, they're angry. Having that anger and that like that anger and disgusting and like menacing look to them makes it very easy to dehumanize them.
Yeah.
In this, they're wandering around like deers in headlights.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a weird thing.
Feel sorry for them.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to be. It's like putting down an animal or something that you're just like, it doesn't feel right. You know,
deer in the headlights is a perfect way to like. It is like putting down a deer. Like they're a menace, and like there's too many of them.
But they don't know. But they don't know any better. They're like trying to kill you.
Yeah,
this is what they're.
It sucks, but like it's got to be done. But like, and then you even get like shots of like, speaking of like, you almost feel bad for them, like humanizing them is like when Fran is at the JCPenney's like, and she's waiting for the dudes, and that one like baseball zombie just kind of like goes down on the ground, just like staring at her,
Yeah.
and she like kind of stares back. It is funny too because he's like making a weird noise, but
Wasn't there like a baby crying or something?
That was
What
him
did I
making
hear?
the voice.
That was him. Oh, is that what it was? Okay, I was like, it sounds like a baby crying, and I didn't know what that was supposed to be.
But also, how dumb is it the fact that they put a glove on him, meaning he like walked into the mall, like when he was killed, he had a glove on and he just would not take it off because he was playing softball.
Come out of nowhere.
But that's hilarious because it's the same thing with the one that got the gun.
Yes, I love that guy.
And he took it, and it's like when you die,
coveting
right?
it.
It's like rigor mortis sets in, and like you're not gonna let go.
You're right. Even at the end, Flyboy's got like that pistol stuck to his hand. He's just like, gah.
He's just like, so whatever. It's like whatever they die with. It's like it's like their hand just like wrapped around it.
It was so dumb that he's just holding his glove on.
It's just like a knee jerk reaction thing. That's just like the nerves hits. Like, maybe that's why they can tear into your flesh like that.
Gross. But this is still my favorite part of the 2004 remake, and my favorite part of this movie is this montage of once they can settle in.
Just consumer porn.
Bro, when they go to the bank and take the money and then they still use the checkout lines to get back out of the bank and they pose to the camera. Like that, this is what I love about this idea of being in the mall, is them actually being able to do what we all want to do.
It's a strange,
go from shop to shop and just see what's there.
It's a strange comedic aspect to this movie that kind of pops up here and there, because the movie is, even the music makes you feel like there's some funny aspect to this.
Oh yeah, and especially like the malaise of just muzak.
Yeah,
of just mall music.
It's just
it can get to you. If you've been in a mall for like 3 hours or something like that. Like that music's gonna like start to like, oh.
And guess what? By then it's already repeated twice, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the same shit.
Mike, you worked at Journeys.
Sure did.
I worked at Journeys.
2.5 hours at repeat. Let's go.
Constantly.
For about 3 months.
If you step out, like, and the problem was too, if you went out into the mall, there was music playing out there. You had to go so far into the store so you could not hear that, but then you're hearing yours. So it's just like this constant battle.
Sugar, we're going down for the 19th time today.
dude.
I'll tell you what, though, there was some bangers on the Journey soundtrack. The
yeah.
first one when I started working there was Postal Service into Motion City soundtrack back to back, and I was like, these are my two new favorite bands.
Yeah, you had like, and then you had like Of Mice and Men into All American Rejects and like
Emery,
and you're just like, fuck, dude, like let's go, bro.
Let's sell some Sauconys, bro.
Yeah.
You like Doc Martens?
Yeah.
Well, sticking on the music, actually, what do you guys think about the score from Goblin?
I actually have a note here that it's 98% great. In fact, there are two the fast song that they play multiple times with that sick ass bass riff. Doo doo. Sick song. And then even after Roger gets attacked, it's like this slow, almost retro wave song.
Yeah. Dum, dum, dum. Kind of like,
And it's 98% great except for the song Inside the Gun Store with the animal noises.
Okay, yeah.
No, thank you.
That's like, it is actually like, it's called Safari.
I'm going to skip that every
don't
single
like it
time,
either.
buddy. Should I buy that?
I mean, if you want, if you're into it, Goblin is like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're like that, like a proggy '70s band.
What a great
There is
band
some
name.
music in there that, and I can't tell you, I can't put my finger on it. Like of when it happens, it's like I remember some distinct shots of like with Peter and Roger that they're getting ready to do something, and I'm just like, I fucking hate this. There are a couple moments I'm just like, this is fucking terrible, because like there's comedy and then there's like in like putting the vibe of like, oh, this is going to be kind of fun, and I'm just like, I don't get what you're doing here. I don't get your thing.
Some of it is library music, and it's not Goblin.
It's beyond library music, bro.
It's like, and that's a gripe I do have about the movie, is that it doesn't fit in certain scenes.
Yep.
I wish, and apparently the Italian cut with Dario Argento, he did a cut on his own and released it in Italy. That has mostly Goblin music in it, and I did like even towards the end when it gets like that those kinds of cues,
Or
and,
the like the cavalry charge when they're no thanks.
And I didn't mind that so much as because I just thought like they were playing it or something through something, but that's what does kind of get to me. Like the Goblin score is fucking sick. Some of it doesn't work, like the Safari thing. I don't really like either. But the library music, and George wanted all library music, and once Dario Argento came on board, he's like, no, I'll have my fucking sick ass band do the score for you. He's like, okay. So it was like the mixture of the two. And some of the library music I just don't agree with.
It really got to me. Like like of all the things that you would have thought like that you could sit there and watch this movie, like, oh, AJ's gonna hate that part. That's gonna take him right out of it. And oh no, that part. No, it's this fucking music that like took me out of it in these small moments. Yeah.
Well, scene 4, time passes and the group becomes increasingly isolated and emotionally strained. With television and radio broadcasts ceasing, they realize the world outside's likely gone. Fran, Peter, and Steven argue and struggle with the meaning of their survival, realizing the mall has become more of a prison than a refuge. Eventually, a roving gang of bikers discovers them, breaks into the mall, letting zombies pour in. Steven, feeling territorial, tries to fight them, but's wounded and then killed and zombified. The mall descends into chaos as the bikers are attacked by the undead.
Yeah, buddy. Prop me.
Props, huh? Okay, well, here's a prop, man.
Ooh, here's a prop.
Can't have it.
You were on a roll because and I didn't want to interrupt you, but I want the picture of Roger and Peter and Steven with the money. The security cam.
So good.
I want that so much.
That is a fantastic photo on the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because people are like, what? Is that the security camera
man.
footage
How
from
to-
Dawn of the Dead?
How do we get that? We should just
Let's
somebody
just
needs to
make it.
screenshot it and
Yeah.
then we just put it up. Yeah.
I want the switchblade comb.
Fuck
that
yeah.
the biker
there
has.
you go.
Great one.
Just comb my mustache up a little bit.
That's Tom Savini, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Nice. He's great.
He's
Oh,
awesome.
is it really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fun. I want the pistol that he shoots Roger with.
Oh, okay.
It's that like silver snub nose
okay,
pistol that he's got.
Nice.
Because he found that in the gun store and was just like, "That's dope, dude."
It's a sick
That's
gun.
dope.
Yeah, he's
I like how when they've established their headquarters and everything feels great, they've got the wall of all the
Yeah.
guns and stuff. I mean, that's what you do. You got time, build that shit.
It's like in the remake of Dawn of the Dead when they do finally get to Andy's gun shop.
Oh yeah.
It's like a great scene because they're like, oh, you got 9mm, you got this, you got 12 gauge. You know, like shopping for guns and you don't have a limit.
Right.
He's so fucking sick. Dude.
Unbelievable. What can
Oh,
you carry?
dude.
Yeah.
Another punchable face in this is the eye patch guy on television.
You don't like him?
No, I like what he's doing, but his delivery of it is what is so annoying to me about modern day media. Of the like, he's like closing his eyes, saying
He does seem like a more of a internet.
he's a podcaster.
Yeah.
he's a modern day podcaster. We've got to remain logical. We've got to remain logical. You know, like that delivery bothers me. It's the guy doing the speech going and
Yeah.
putting his fingers together thing. It's that guy. I cannot
That's
deal
a
with that.
great way to put it. I'd never thought about it, but he is like the modern day almost podcaster, influencer, kind of like Joe Rogan or like what's his name? The frogs are making her gay or
Alex
whatever.
Jones.
Alex Jones.
Frogs are gay.
But what a guy.
Frogs.
What a guy to deliver your exposition, though.
Yes, we
Yeah.
needed him. I'm okay with
Yeah.
it. I just want to punch him.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
It's the moment of like
In the other eye.
I think the other like genius thing that there's a lot of silly like choices made by characters in this movie, and sometimes it is just the simple fact of like, no, just get away from them. You know what I mean? Get them off of you and get away from them, and you don't do it. But there's also a lot of great choices in this movie, and number one was that was it Steven
Flyboy.
or
Steven is Flyboy.
no, Peter, sorry,
Yeah.
made the point of, I want to build a wall right here.
Yeah.
Cover this door. We're going to make it look like this door doesn't exist. I love that idea.
Great.
It's such a genius thing to do, and nobody else in any other movie I feel like has ever said or thought of something like that.
Yeah, you're right. They really don't focus on this kind of thing of like, especially in that scene too, or like when Flyboy first gets down there to join them earlier, and Peter's like, "Don't go back in there. They'll know like that's where we're at," you know. And so he's like, "Yeah, we have to distract them over here, and then we'll sneak back in over here." It's so practical. It just works.
Yeah, it's also, I didn't know if it was a reference, not to be all, I don't know, but it's like the bookshelf in front of the door, like Anne Frank kind of
Sure,
a thing.
yeah.
Of like blocking the staircase where you go up to, and it just had this. I don't know. There was just something about that I was just like, fuck, this is just somehow made this so much better for me. I don't know why. Yeah.
And you get the line that of all lines is when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth, and that's him delivering it in the remake on the TV. That's also Ken Fourier.
Okay.
If you guys remember in the remake.
Oh, no way. Cool. Yeah, I did see that most of them were in the remake
Yeah.
as small roles. So.
Yeah, that's him in the remake. Yeah, and such a fucking sick line. Just to like be pretty much your catchphrase for the movie, and makes so much sense and brings back like the voodoo aspect of like White Zombie, and just makes it like the God is mad at us. So that's why this is happening. Brings another aspect to it.
Yeah.
The other part of that too, that when I heard that phrase, unfortunately the only thing I could think of was just like demons going around with checkboards, be like, "We got max capacity here, guys. This is fucking."
Hey, we can't. Here comes another one. Shit.
They are just rolling in here.
If
We
the
are
fire
we are
department
getting
shows up,
so full
we're
down
over
here.
capacity.
We need to get him on the phone. Get Lucifer down here right now.
Show him
See
what
this
we're
sign?
doing.
This is obnoxious.
See this sign? It says capacity 3 million. Okay.
Like, you got.
We are way over.
We got to either start getting rid of these lost souls, or we got to find something else to do with them. We're getting backed up.
Okay, Mr. Devil, I have on my sheet here. Are we releasing someone named Jeffrey Epstein?
I
Can we get rid of him?
Can't let him back up. Oh, well, here's Trump said we could bring him back up. Said nothing's wrong. So
Okay. Well,
send him back up.
Apparently that was all false. There's nothing actually.
Okay.
There's no records of anything.
all right, we'll send him back up.
Well,
What about this next one?
somebody owes him an apology.
Charles Manson says, should we let him up?
He's done his time.
Eh,
You think he's good?
How long's he been here?
Oh, about actually, he died just like not too long ago. He hasn't been here that long.
Well, we'll keep him around.
Okay, we'll keep him as
Keep him around.
king of jail in hell. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well,
we made room for one more. Nope, now we're full again.
Well, we
What shit?
tried. You know what? It is really becoming hell down here with how crowded it's getting. That's
That
hell.
is some people's hell.
it's bureaucracy.
There's just too many people.
It's just hell.
It's just that's hell. It's like it's just really crowded
Well,
and there is not enough chairs.
Speaking of hell, imagine
bring your
being Peter right now. You know, you just lost Roger. You know, you had to kill him yourself, but you've settled into life, and now you got to live without Roger with these two fuckwads.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
This is another brand of hell.
This is pure hell. What is going on between Fran and Flyboy? Like her just being the way she's being in this, and not at least just entertaining his idea of like getting married. It won't be real. It's like nothing's fucking real.
Nothing's
right now.
real anymore.
We live in a mall. Like, can we just do whatever? And
You think I could afford these rings? Nothing is real anymore.
that's why it's not real, because you didn't use your salary on it.
Yeah, you didn't.
Oh,
use,
my salary as a traffic reporter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
cool.
didn't use your 6-month salary on it.
I can't imagine living in this hell right now, the way it's being portrayed at this point.
Yeah.
I do kind of appreciate this notion though, because she is the one that like starts to see the malaise, like starts to have the consumer dream deteriorate for her, and she saw it.
Yeah, but
before
what
it
is
even
the
started.
alternative here?
Anything. Like anything. We have to go do something, because would you not be able? Would you stay here forever?
Sean, this is our life is this. Our life is like whatever we've built, we live in, and we have to work this job, and we have to live in this house, and you just make the best of it.
I actually don't know what I would do, because like part of me says, yeah, I would get tired of this. And
we get tired of everything we do.
And
Yeah, exactly.
even that aspect is actually funny, because they do achieve the consumer dream, and not even that's good enough,
Yeah, you want for nothing
Yeah.
in this world that they're in. And that is, again, that's the whole idea, the overabundance and all the shit. Taking back to that consumerism idea. The overabundance of just having everything that you could possibly want easily at your fingertips. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to anything. You don't have to pay for it. There's no give and take. There's only take.
Mm-hmm.
And it's become what makes them too comfortable, makes it too easy, and
But just stay there. Just stay there until either someone comes in and kills you, or the whole thing resolves. Because the minute you guys go outside, you're all dead.
yeah.
So I will take being bored with my consumeristic life in a mall and keeping my girlfriend safe and my
Correct.
wife safe than going outside and dying.
Because
I'm bored.
it's like, well, you're not 3 years old, so
It's our duty to stay here forever,
Yeah.
either until we are killed or it resolves.
yeah, until either we're overrun by bikers or the army comes and saves us. That's it.
I mean, but like the notion of like him proposing with a ring that obviously, it didn't have any like, he didn't pick that out specifically for this moment. Like,
No, he picked the biggest fucking rock
Exactly.
possible, because it's like, what else am
It's
I
going
going
to
to do?
look dope
Exactly.
when this whole thing resolves, Fran.
You know why?
It's going to be
Because-
awesome.
Because if he had picked us anything smaller than that, she would have been like, why didn't she get the other one?
I know which
But she
ones
got
are
the
there.
fucking massive
I've
one.
tried them all on.
I've seen them all.
Remember 4 weeks ago when I was like, that would probably be the perfect one I would probably want if we ever get out of all this.
Ooh, I like the pillow cut.
I'm size 6.5.
if someone would ever get their head out of their ass
Yeah.
and propose to me,
And then he arranges a beautiful dinner and yeah.
Yeah, and enlists the help of Peter to be like the most amazing maitre
is that
d'.
Peter, you're not going to say, fuck no, I'm not
He's
going to
like,
stay here.
I am just glad to get rid of you guys for about 3 hours. So this is great. It's like,
Well, let's move the bikers into the final scene here. So, bikers show up. Peter and Fran retreat to their hidden apartment, bracing for the worst. Zombie Steven remembers the mall layout, leads the horde right to him. Peter kills the former friend and contemplates suicide, but at the last second decides to keep fighting. He battles through the zombies and escapes to the rooftop where Fran has the helicopter ready. With barely any fuel, the two survivors will not be survivors much longer. They lift into the unknown, leaving the overrun mall, but at least they're out of that hellhole that they've established and built.
Hey, I got to remind you guys that like this.
That's not what I wrote.
This whole time we've been seeing like them in their apartment looks better, like you guys were saying, and them doing the dinner. Ever since Roger, we haven't really seen any zombies, and it's maybe 10, 15 minutes of just watching our characters hang out and be in here until Peter is up top playing tennis by himself.
Yes.
And the tennis ball rolls down, and we are starkly reminded of what the actual reality is.
They didn't go away.
They didn't, and they're still there, but you kind of like forget about it. You kind of like, I do anyway, I kind of like get engrossed with these characters, and I'm like watching them hang out, watching them get whatever they want, watching them
complain about everything.
Fucking ice skate, fucking do target practice on mannequins. It's so much fun. And then you get reminded of what they're actually in. It's brilliant fucking filmmaking.
And isn't that when there's the scene of them with their fur coats on, like hearing them scratching at the door, going, "They're still here. They want us." Well, no, they want in. They want inside.
Yeah, they want to be in here.
They want to be us,
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, it's like, oh Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's an interesting way to look at it too. And throughout this whole time, if you really think about it, the only person who kind of exudes any sort of like idea of like being a little bit happy is Peter. Because he's the only one there, like when he is doing the thing for them
this
for
was
the
his
dinner.
idea, yeah.
It was his idea. It's like he's doing something nice for somebody else.
Yeah.
He's doing something for someone else.
Yeah.
He's like helping them maybe just get away, have a feeling of normalcy for a moment, the best that he can, and then he goes out and he pours one out for Roger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's another just kind of moment of like, he's the one trying to do something nice for somebody else, and he's the only one who seems like he's kind of happy.
Because that's what humans do.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of cheesy though when these bikers do show up. Like I love the conflict of it, and I love that this is our big moment. We've got bikers, we've got zombies coming back in, but like the way they act, the pies in the face, like did they bring the pies with them? Are they getting them from somewhere, using the blood pressure machines? I understand what they're saying.
You got to check your health, Mike. You know, you're in the middle of an apocalypse. You don't want to just keel over from high blood pressure.
Now, and I get it. I
Cholesterol
understand
will
that
get
they want to
The
come in
silent
and they want all the stuff. They want to take all the stuff.
Yeah.
But like it's cheesy the way it happens.
Some of it is. And
It's our big conflict too. This is
Yeah.
our big moment.
Yeah.
and I think you kind of got to get past it. And if you can't, no worries. But like, it because like behind the scenes, George is just like, the pies, soda sprayers or whatever.
soda spray.
Fucking bring it all in. That's fun.
It's like anything that was in a Three Stooges episode, they brought into this portion of it, like the soda streamer things, and like the pies and the trying to think of what else there was. Regardless, it's chaos.
Yeah.
It's obnoxiousness. It is absolute chaos, and it just kind of adds that other layer of it's not reality anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
We don't like people who don't share. You just fucked up real bad.
yeah.
Fucking
And
awesome.
they don't care about the building. They don't even care about them. Like I think
They're in
things
and
are
out.
They're just
fine.
chaos.
They are
Yeah.
there to steal money and jewelry
Dude,
in a
they're
world
taking-
where it doesn't need.
They're taking wallets from zombies.
Yeah, that one zombie they take all the jewelry off her is wild.
Yeah, it's just like they're maybe that's like the worst part of it all, or like they're the worst people of all, because they're like, yeah, let's take all the money, things will get back to normal soon. It's like, no, it's been like this for how long?
Isn't that the commentary? Is that humans are still the worst part?
Yeah.
like
Always.
zombies are the threat, but humans are still the worst.
Yeah, it's always with these zombie movies for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we are our worst. We are our own worst enemy, is what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they would have just let them be, like I have a feeling they would have come in and
Yeah.
stole a bunch of stuff and took off.
And Flyboy can't handle it, and like it's another brilliant like storytelling touch for it too. Be like, no, it's ours. It's like it never was yours, like we took it, it's ours.
Yeah.
And they're taking it now, and I can't have that. It's such like a I don't know, like there's some sort of weird commentary with that, with like feeling like you own something that's definitely not yours. Like, I don't know, my house isn't really mine.
Well, hey man, possession is 9/10 of the law.
Exactly.
So,
not if you're following the law.
It's
only for squatters.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Well, they are squatters.
Well, and it is pretty wild to see Flyboy go down, because you think he's going to make it. I mean, he's got some serious wounds here with a gunshot and stuff, but that shot where they finally leave and he's about ready to climb up the escalator hole, and then door opens, took me by surprise.
Yeah.
It's still like maybe the one of the most realistic looking gunshot reactions that I've ever seen. When he's on top of the elevator, he's like, I see you up there. He gets shot in the arm. He's like, ah. Yeah. It's like, it gets to me every time I see it.
Honestly, when it comes to just like doing normal things, Flyboy is not my favorite. When it comes to actual acting, he's my favorite.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because like his zombie walk is the best zombie walk.
And
is that true? Is this true? Because I feel the same way.
I think it is the best zombie performance of all time, for sure.
I generally hate everything Flyboy does in this movie, but the minute he becomes a zombie, it's on. Dude.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The way he looks, the cocked head. That's the most iconic photo from this movie, I think, is him cocked head looking at the camera.
I am positive that this is the moment of like in Shaun of the Dead where like she's directing them to act and like how to like do it, and Shaun is the best one. I think he takes it from this guy.
It might be.
And that's like what it comes
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And you see him doing it. He's like, it is pretty good actually.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, like interviews with that actor, Emge, something Emge. But he's just like, well, I talked to George. I'm like, what should I do? He's like, just do your own thing. And he's like, well, what would I do if I got shot, I got bit here, I got bit there, like those would probably hurt. Like, and that's like the last thing that I would feel before I would turn, maybe. Right. And so like he emphasized that, like his neck being bit, it was like, and the foot. For Christ's sake, how is he doing that?
I didn't know how he was doing that part.
It's the best ever, I think.
Well, and what a cool sentiment that I don't know if this has ever happened before in any of the other movies, but the sentiment of like zombies are pure motorized instinct and that they follow the patterns of their old life. I don't remember that ever being a thing in any modern.
It's mostly with George, I think. That's
incredible. The fact that like I was so mad that he started coming down the hallway to tear down the door. And it's so frustrating because he actually remembers and he knows. And it was like so frustrating to me, which made it great because I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, probably the last thing on his mind, besides the pain that he was in, was getting to Fran.
Yeah.
So that's what he's going to do.
So he's going to go and break down that fucking wall. It was amazing.
That was the other part for me that I thought, man, they just don't talk about that in other zombie movies, again, because they're like, most of the time they're portrayed as feral and angry and menacing, That's not the idea of their old life. The only glimpse we ever got of that was like, again, sorry to say it again, Shaun of the Dead, when he's like, no, there's no part of your husband left in there. And he shuts off the music.
Yeah.
It's a great reference.
It's a good point.
And like, you don't get to see a lot of that other than the fact of these movies. And, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I think him like bursting through the wall and everything. It is like pure instinct, and I think like people could be mad at some of these movies for being like, oh, well, you made the zombies too smart. It's like, well, they're not smart. Like instinct is like almost street smarts, to be honest.
Right.
It's just behavior.
They got nothing else to do.
Yeah, and that's the only thing. It's that makes me love it so much more and love George zombies more than anything else, is because of how many there are, how slow they are, and the dread of it all. There's something to be said about like fast zombies are fucking intense, but these ones are methodical and they're the thinking man zombie, I think.
And they're so annoying as a guy who constantly cleans his house every 30 minutes because kids are destroying it. The fact that they got into their domicile and just started going "Paw, paw," and knocking
shit
over.
over.
I was in. It was so frustrating to watch them just bumping into stuff and TV falls over. Oops, sorry. Like that was amazing to
I
watch.
know. And like I'm just like, oh, this is just the worst. I was like, this is my living room. That's all this is.
Boxes and stuff on the floor. It's my living room.
Yeah,
Like
good.
when someone comes into my house with like shoes on, I'm like, God, you fucking animal, man.
The best touch possible would have been if Flyboy had gone and he broke through the door and went up the stairs, but then the first thing he did is take his shoes off.
Your instinct, man. What a great kill of him too. Like what a great kill shot of Flyboy. That's amazing.
I mean,
shot.
we let's talk quickly about a lot of the carnage in this, like especially the bikers. I love the way that's shot of like the cat and mouse thing between Peter and Tom Savini's character of like the machete guy.
Yeah.
First of all, the machete effect, fucking
Amazing.
So sick.
I didn't know how they were going to do that in this one, and I came out really, really good.
Did you read it, how they did it?
No.
It's basically he cut out
Yep.
a shape of his head on a machete, and I say it before. I've said it before on the show, but like he's the proponent of this, of like showing what the thing can do to an actual, like make it malleable,
Okay.
and then show it like hitting a person, because the audience, the trick will work on the audience a little bit more. So it was just a reverse shot of him like taking it out, of like it plunging into the guy. And then the close up of it was just like the cut out version of the machete,
Yep.
blood spewing out.
Yeah.
Tom is the fucking man. It's when it comes to this, and like the goring, the gut of the guy. That's Tasso. That's Tom's like buddy who helped him do like all these effects.
The arm with the zero blood pressure.
Oh, dude.
And I love how they cut back to it.
Yeah,
You didn't
they
need
bring it
to.
back around, and like the guy who's sitting in there, like getting his blood pressure checked. That is a joke, obviously, in itself somehow, of like checking your blood while you're about to get fucking ripped to pieces.
While you're already surrounded.
While you're already surrounded.
Hold
Yeah, it's
on.
like, oh,
It
this
says
is why
stay
I
still.
came. This is the whole reason I came here. I knew they had one
I
of these
knew
machines
they had one of
here.
those.
My cholesterol's been getting crazy, and so. But they really take their time on this guy who's getting torn apart. You know, and like this is definitely the moment of the movie that I'm like, yeah, that's enough for AJ.
All right, it's almost over. It looks like okay.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
The guy who is getting torn open, Tasso, is the guy who also like got the guts. They're like real guts, obviously, that he just got from a butcher, but he like cleaned them like very, very well,
Yeah,
washed them off, and they kind of do look like very clean.
They
Yeah.
do.
Being inside of somebody,
What were they eating then?
they're just like kind of taking bites out of it. Yeah.
Ow. This is the whole problem I have with these movies, guys. It's like I'm not even disgusted by the fact of the matter, like what they're doing or what they're portraying to do. I'm disgusted by the fact of like they have to do that with like practically somehow. Like taking like the first bite out of the arm or the shoulder we talked about. It's just gross to me to think that somebody like an actor had to do that.
Even taking
cut
bite
it
out
out.
of
Yeah, and
a
just like,
prosthetic, like it is kind of gross.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting to me, and I'm just like, that's what like turns my stomach even more than the actual like the thought of what they're trying to portray.
Totally.
It's just like that's disgusting to me. So I don't know.
Well, anything else? I mean, we obviously we know it ends and
Yeah,
he makes the decision to go away.
It is kind of. What do you guys think about the ending?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I honestly am a little disappointed with it.
Okay.
They had the alternate ending. Did you guys read about?
Well, they both died, right?
Yeah, Peter just kills himself,
And she
and
gets-
Fran throws herself into the propellers of
Cool.
the fucking helicopter. Brutal shit.
I wanted to learn how to fly it, but I don't know how. Blah!
Honestly, I wish there was a happy medium.
Okay, right.
Of,
At least
like-
show an end scene credit where the helicopters crashed.
Or like,
that'd be fucking awesome.
I think the way that I would have done it is like Peter does decide that he wants to live and goes back up, but she's already gone.
Right.
That's honestly what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
She's like, "Fuck you,"
and it would
Well,
have been.
or
It would
she
have
just
been.
didn't see him.
Yeah,
and then she crashes as he's getting because she doesn't know how to fly a helicopter.
she's.
She's
yeah,
like, he told me, Flyboy told me I knew what I was doing, and she takes off and goes, ah!
He was just trying to boost your ego a little bit because you're pregnant, your hormones are going
And he
crazy.
knew you would never ever be
Like,
able to fly a helicopter.
We get it. Like
It's one of the hardest things for humans to learn how to do. Is fly a helicopter. Every single thing inside of a helicopter wants to rip apart and crash violently to the ground. You cannot learn how to fly this on no fuel.
the fact that like honestly that's not what I want is like the same exact thing to happen where Peter like makes the decision, he shoots the guy and he goes up to the thing and she sees him and she's like,
Oh,
Peter, huh.
and then
it crashes onto him.
Can't hang on.
that's what I want. That's your happy medium, bro.
There's your happy medium. She crashes it back right onto
And then
Peter.
the last shot is a Flyboy going, huh.
Told ya.
Told you, stupid Jimmy.
But the in the credits is dun 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 the robot chicken.
Robot chicken.
That's where they got it. But it's just mall malaise.
Yeah,
library
perfect,
music.
perfect ending.
I love seeing them take back over the mall.
They're like,
they
"This is
got
my
it back. Yeah.
Yeah. They got their thing back. You thought it was yours. Whatever his name is. Steven. You thought it was yours. It's ours. Nope. It was theirs all along.
Porn parody named Dong and Some Head.
Yeah, man.
Of course.
Yeah, cool.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dong in the head.
Dong and some head.
Dong and some head.
That's about as
I
best you
think
can do.
that's the best one you got.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's better than Dawn in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
This is a good movie.
we have dissected this movie with a modern, time to give it a modern rating. Sean, you've seen it a million times. You haven't given it the confused breakfast treatment, though. So what do you think about it?
We've dissected it. We've ripped its guts out. We've consumed it. Yeah, man, I think that obviously this movie is a fucking masterpiece. I think it's George's best movie. His best undead movie for sure. He's the godfather of it all. He started it all. The Day of the Dead's probably like I said, the more it's Tom Savini's movie. Day of the Dead is Tom Savini's movie. It's fucking incredible as far as effects go. But and I still love it. But yeah, everything this movie says, I like revisiting this time. Like I said, I fell in love with the characters. Never really had that before. And just researching it and watching documentaries, watching interviews with George made me fall in love with that man all over again and reiterate my love of just picking up a camera and going to do it and just making your thing, because that's what he did and that's what he was a proponent of. And like even the Shaun of the Dead guys, when he found out that when he saw Shaun of the Dead, he was wearing like Shaun of the Dead pins on the set of Land of the Dead, his fourth Dead movie. I miss him so much, man. I everything you hear about him is just like that he was just the biggest sweetheart. But as far as the movie goes, man, yeah, some of the music gets to me. I think it's a fucking masterpiece. 9.8.
9.8.
Jesus.
AJ, what about you?
Well, guys, it's the genre in the horror spectrum that I enjoy the most. Do I love it? No, but damn, do I respect it? I don't want to. I can't say like. I can't say that like, oh man, I love this movie and I'm gonna like rewatch it a ton. I like the funny thing is I want to rewatch it not necessarily for all the zombie stuff, but there is some really great parts of the movie. There's some great acting points. I love the dynamic between the two main guys. That in itself though is what kind of feeds my love for the other movies. Shaun of the Dead, The Crazies, Dawn of the Dead 2004, 28 Days Later. Like a lot of these movies, like I really do, like I'm drawn to them, and I think that I'm drawn to them because of what has been set up by this movie. And
By the way, The Crazies is a remake of George Romero's The Crazies.
The Crazies, yeah,
Oh.
that's right. So, based in Iowa, close to
Ogden
home.
Marsh, just down the street.
Just down the street, yeah. Just cut through the cornfield, you get to Cedar Rapids. Fuck off. Anyways, no, but I respect the movie. Do I love it? No. That being said, I want to give it some respect in our world here. So that would be, for me, it would be a 7.45.
7.45. Yeah, I knew Sean would go high on this, and I'm glad he did because it does probably need to bring up our scores. But me and AJ not being our genre, it's hard to have it overpass some of the other movies we've done. Like for me, Shaun of the Dead is a better movie because it's just it's doing this, but it's doing it in a comedic way, but it still has the gore. But this is not far behind. This was a very I was sort of dreading it, being like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. 1978. It completely surpassed anything that I was thinking. I like this better than the 2004 officially.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
And so I think trying to be honest and realistic with where I am, I'm a 7.8. I think that is pretty solid
Right
in
on.
Mike's rankings of movies. That's going to take us to an 8.35 as a group, which is going to put it in 37th spot, tied with Terminator. We think that Stand By Me and Rocky are better movies, but we think this is slightly better than A League of Their Own, Uncle Buck, and Die Hard. For reference, Shaun of the Dead is at a 9.09. That's because you're getting nines from all of us in that scenario.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at. And I think that's super reasonable. How do you feel about that, Sean?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. At least an 8 is what
Yep.
it deserves.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for being here. Summer of 70s, all month in August. We got The Sting coming up next week, followed by Star Wars, A New Hope. And if you're new to the podcast, go back this time last year. Wet, Hot American Summer.
Get it in you.
Just get it in you.
Enjoy.
Just
Come
go
on.
experience it.
It's just one of the best movies ever made.
Well, thanks to Brian on the controls here at Upload Media Group in Cedar Rapids. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com and check out our network, Cloud 10, at cloud10.fm. That's it for us. Go out and buy some consumer stuff, you guys.
Just buy it all.
Just buy it all.
I had Amazon to my house like 4 times this week.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Amazing.
You're living in hell.
I love it.
This is hell. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. I love you.
Thanks again for listening, guys. We really appreciate it. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube here in the studio, hanging out with us live and in person in the studs. Check us out on social media. Search for Confused Breakfast at Confused Breakfast anywhere on social media. And please leave us a review. 5 stars on any platform that you're listening on. Write us a comment on Spotify or an Apple Podcast. Write us a review. We love to read them.
Go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the merch that we have. You can see the shirts. We have new shirts up there. It's awesome. I believe it. You can go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the ratings of the movies that we have covered. You can see AJ's ratings. You can see Mike's ratings. And you can see my ratings and the show's ratings overall. Goodbye. I love you.
Thanks to Brian on the controls here at Upload Media Group. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com and learn more about our network Cloud 10 at cloud10.fm. We love you so much. Go on to the next video.